Well, let's go to the Western Cape now, where political landscape is shifting. An unprecedented 16 hung councils means that older parties will have to start working more closely with newer parties if they want to take charge. While the DA is celebrating its continued administration of Cape Town, smaller parties have begun flexing their muscles in traditional strongholds. The ANC, meanwhile, is already taking the gap following its bruising defeat. It says it's ready to co-govern in smaller municipalities. Lindsay Detlinger looks at which way the winds of change are blowing.
The DA retains the jewel in its crown, but outside of the metro, it's lost its grip on the majority of municipalities. The horse trading will now begin in earnest.
We're not going to go into a coalition for the sake of a mayoral change. We're going into coalitions on principle. If we think it's not going to be principled, if people want to steal the money that we are possibly going into coalition, we will not go into it.
Despite its dismal performance in Cape Town, the ANC is not spending too much time licking its wounds. It says it's already beginning discussions on where it can go into a coalition with smaller parties in other municipalities.
People will start coming back to the ANC when they see us, that ANC is that ANC with its moral values, with principles, and it adhere to, and we hate, we don't want and condone wrong things. Then people will start to say, no, this is the ANC. They will come back. There are many of the ANC stalwarts and members who are just sitting there because they are actually fed up with what is happening in the organization.
To achieve this, it will have to make overtures towards parties like the Patriotic Alliance, which could be the kingmaker in several municipalities, including in Matsikama and the unstable town of Beaufort West.
We will be in coalition with anyone, as long as you meet the issue that we have committed to people before. Is it not about the president of the party, Katie Mackenzie? It's not about a patriotic alliance, it's about people.
In Cape Town, the city's former mayor used her political prowess to make her good party the third largest in council. Political greenhorns, the Cape Coloured Congress, will also make a debut entrance.
We're not, necessarily looking to be in government where we didn't win outright. But if we have to enter coalitions, it will be on the basis of an agreement as to what that coalition government will achieve. And in that agreement, we'll want to achieve as much for our voters as possible.
While it's celebrating retaining its flagship metro, the DA support outside of Cape Town is waning. It will now have to work with political newcomers if it hopes to stay in charge of smaller municipalities where it's lost its outright majority. Lindsay Detlinger, Cape Town.